Hello, and thank you for your purchase of the Life Ionizer 4000. The following video will walk you through the installation process of your machine. We hope you enjoy your ionizer and the benefits from drinking ionized water. Before you begin your installation, we would like to introduce you to the different components included with your ionizer. First, the ionizer machine. A pre-filter. The housing of the pre-filter has a removable cap for when you would like to change the filter. For the best performance, before you install the pre-filter, please confirm the cap is tight and secure. A faucet diverter. The faucet diverter will attach to your faucet. Please notice the attachment screw found on the side of the diverter. Additional faucet diverter adapters for non-standard sized faucets. Included with your faucet diverter are different adapters and O-rings that may be required depending on the size and shape of your faucet. A piece of tubing. During installation, you will be asked to cut the tubing to your desired lengths. A suction cup. The suction cup will be used for the acidic tubing and will be installed inside your sink. A dispenser hose. The dispenser hose will be used for purified and ionized water. A Life 4000 product manual. Please become familiar with the manual to ensure the best experience with your ionizer. A pH testing kit. Please become familiar with the testing scale to better understand the different levels of pH found in your ionized water. Now we will begin the installation process. To begin, please cut a piece of tubing at the length you desire. This initial piece will connect to the pre-filter from your faucet, and the length will depend on your preference and where you would like the pre-filter located on your counter. Next, take the faucet diverter and remove the attachment screw from the side. Slide the attachment screw 1/2 of an inch down the piece of tubing you recently cut. Now attach the tubing with the attachment screw in place to the outlet plug on the faucet diverter. The outlet plug is where you first remove the attachment screw. Once the tubing is attached, slide the attachment screw down the tubing and screw it into the outlet plug. Be sure that the screw reaches the threading and is tightened to a secure fit. Please remove the aerator from your faucet. Then screw the faucet diverter onto your faucet. You can simply tighten the top part of the faucet diverter by rotating it. You do not need to rotate the entire diverter and tubing. Once you have the diverter on the faucet, use a wrench or pliers to tighten the diverter to a snug fit. If you have a non-standard faucet, you will need to install one of the adapters to the faucet diverter. To install an adapter, simply screw the fitting into the top of the diverter. Then place an O-ring into the adapter. Now you can install the diverter onto your faucet as displayed earlier. Then attach the tubing from the faucet diverter to the pre-filter. To install the tubing into the pre-filter, push the tubing into the quick connect fitting labeled "in" on your pre-filter. Now, on your machine, please remove the quick connect fitting labeled "tap water inlet." To remove the tap water inlet quick connect fitting, place the machine on its side and locate the correct fitting. With one hand, push down in the gray oval-shaped ring on the machine, and with the other hand, remove the white elbow-shaped fitting and pull it up. Now, cut another piece of tubing at your desired length. This piece of tubing will be used to connect the pre-filter to the machine. Now you will need to remove the plug from the quick connect fitting. To remove the plug, push down on the small white ring located on the fitting while pulling out on the plug. Once you have the plug removed, insert the tubing into the hole you recently removed the plug from. To ensure the tubing is installed correctly, pull on the tubing to confirm that it is locked into the fitting. Now take the fitting with the tubing connected and insert the fitting into the valve on the bottom of the machine labeled "tap water inlet." Then push the other end of the tubing into the quick connect fitting labeled "out" on your pre-filter. Once you have installed the tap water inlet fitting, remove the acid water outlet quick connect fitting. Now, please cut another piece of tubing at the length you desire. This piece will be the outlet for the acidic water and will be installed into your sink. The length of the tubing will depend on your preference and where you would like the machine on your counter. Now you will need to remove the plug from the quick connect fitting. To remove the plug, push down on the small white ring located on the fitting while pulling out on the plug. Once you have the plug removed, insert the tubing into the hole you recently removed the plug from. Once you have the tubing installed into the Quick Connect fitting, take the suction cup and insert the opposite end of the tubing through the hole located on top of the suction cup. The suction cup will be installed in your sink, and please be sure to insert the end of the tubing at least 1/2 inch through the hole on the suction cup. Now take the tubing with the fitting and suction cup installed and plug the Quick Connect fitting into the acid water outlet valve on the bottom of the machine. Then take the suction cup and install it into the sink. This tubing will be the outlet for your acidic water. Now take the dispenser hose and plug it into the output valve located on the top of the machine. Then push the power switch into the on position and plug the other end of the power cord into the outlet on your wall. You have completed the installation process. Now you can begin to use the machine. It is very important to only use cold water when using the machine. To begin, turn your faucet on, then turn the lever on the faucet diverter to begin directing the water into the pre-filter. Then press the power button located on the machine. Water will begin to dispense from the machine. We recommend that you run water through the machine for 3 to 5 minutes on purify mode before you begin to adjust the controls. Once you have set the machine up to your desired level, you can test the pH of the water using the testing kit. Fill a glass with 1 ounce of water from the machine. Using the dropper, put 2 to 3 drops of testing liquid into the glass. Now you can use the pH scale found in the kit to determine the pH level in the water. If you would ever like to change the filter in your ionizer, push the filter door open using the finger tab in the middle of the door. Once the door is off, rotate the filter to release the clasp on the bottom of the filter. With the clasp loose, lift the filter out of the machine. Thank you, and we hope you enjoy your machine. If you have any further questions, please contact us and we will be glad to help.